Get ready for an unfiltered dose of reality straight from the streets. Introducing the Ask a Cop podcast on YouTube. Join Daryl Triplett, a seasoned 30-year vet, and Jeff Blair, a no-nonsense 14-year vet, as they dive deep into law enforcement. They're here to break down barriers and answer your burning questions. Curious? Visit AskACop.live. Ask a Cop, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Subscribe now at AskACop.live. It's time to Ask a Cop.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. People, welcome to another episode of the Ask a Cop Show. Ask a Shop Show.
Ask a Shop Show.
Ask a Shop Show.
Wilfred's already kicking in.
I've been here 5 seconds yet. Welcome to the Ask a Cop Show. My name is Daryl Triplett.
My name is Jeff. My name's Jeff. This faggot loves it for some reason.
My name's Jeff. Who taught you that, bro?
It was off of a show, 21 Jump Street, where the dude had to make up a name at the last minute.
And
So
he
he
said,
was
"My
embarrassed.
name's
He was
Jeff."
like, my name's Jeff. I gotta show you the clip.
My name's Jeff.
How you have not seen that clip, I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure our audience knows that that where that comes from.
Anyway, welcome to the Ask a Cop Show. We're here to answer all your favorite questions about law enforcement. No matter what the question is, why do cops do X, Y, Z? Why are we so good looking? Why are we so sexy? Why
Uniforms look so good?
Why is Triplett's stomach so flat with six pack? I mean,
Yeah, that Wolfer's really kicking in. This motherfucker's stomach's never been flat. He came out like this.
Not born 80 pounds.
Yes. Motherfucker was born 80 pounds, wearing a 42 in the waist.
Y'all know I'm sexy. Where you get to call up and access to these type of questions, and we're going to answer them. And we'll do it sort of in a comical way. Some things we'll do in a comical way. Other things we will do very straight up and down. And today is one of these subjects that is very straight up and down. Today's show is about armed and dangerous, the reality of police powers. Now, we always start off our show always with the game. And we always have fun while we're doing it. And we're looking for some participation. So you guys go ahead and get logged on here. Come on in, get settled in, get you a shot, settle down, light your sticks up, folks.
Pour up with us.
Here you go, pour up with us. And get ready to enjoy the show.
Yes.
Because we got a nice show lined up for you
this is going to be
today.
a really good one with all the events that has been taking place in this world over the last 2 weeks. This is going to be a really good show. I can feel it.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So without further reservation or hesitation, first thing I'd like to do is support the page. People, I'm going to tell you right now, we have merch.
We have merch.
We have merch. I'm Jeff. We have merch. That's fucking hilarious. We have merch, people. We have merch. Go online and support the channel. This is how we support the channel and how we keep things going. Thanks, Box Brand. Thank you.
We're doing good.
Thank you.
Really
We're
good.
doing good. Please, brother. Appreciate you. We have crew neck shirts. We have T-shirts. We have mugs. We have all types of cups and stuff like that. So we have to think of some type of ways to keep the channel going because God knows this doesn't pay nothing right now. So
there's
we're
a
just
full production going on here.
Full production,
Use the
people.
support, like I said.
I mean, these people are at least $200 an hour around here. And I'm telling you right now, it's ridiculous. We have a special guest calling in with us today.
Yeah.
He's calling in about 10 minutes. What time is he calling in, producer? I can't remember what time. 8:15. 8:15. We have a special guest calling in.
We got 10 minutes to get our little game show.
Yep.
We should be ready for him to call in, him or her. I don't know who it is because he never tells me anything. They just roll out the red carpet for me. I pull up. I walk in, they have my drink ready for me.
I mean, you think this
makeup,
guy was a superstar? Just he pulls up here in his little sports car, and he doesn't even get attacked by birds anymore.
No, the birds know now. They know now.
They know who he is.
They know
First time it was like, hey, who's this black guy pulled up here?
That was security.
Yeah, security was on it, baby.
Was on it.
Like, who's this black guy pulled up here? This suspicious looking black guy, this bird attacked him, and wouldn't stop attacking him.
Yep.
It was the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Some bitch laughs at me for like 30 minutes.
Oh, my wife just fucking cracked up laughing. It was amazing, people.
Mm-hmm.
I wish y'all could have been here to see it. Now that's what I wish I had a camera for right there. That's what we were missing.
Hey, one of these days we're gonna have like a reality part to this. That's what we should do. I'm telling you, most of the funniest shit that we do, y'all.
It's off camera.
Off camera.
I have no idea.
The funniest shit that we do. What if you sit there talking about some random shit and then like something will happen and like everybody around is just dying laughing. So it's definitely fun. It's funny. Our show is meant to be light. It's meant to be fun, funny. This is our way of
giving back.
What's the word? Giving back. Because we talk about community policing a lot.
Absolutely.
In our agencies, every agency talk about community policing a lot, and I really feel like this is like a form of community policing because we're involving you guys, asking questions, learning why we do what we do, how we do what we do, seeing the videos that we put up, how dangerous this job can be sometimes. And it's just our way of giving back, just kind of showing, like I said.
And not only for us, it's for you too, because, a lot of times if you're involved in a situation, a use of force situation, like we're going to talk about today, armed and dangerous.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, armed and dangerous. That's for you too, because guess what? 3 o'clock in the morning, you wake up and someone is standing over your bedside and you have to bust a cap on them. You need to know what to say to the police when they get there.
Now, do we have to explain what busting a cap means?
Maybe
we do.
I think what everybody knows what busting a cap is.
But just in case if somebody don't know.
Go ahead, explain what busting a cap means.
Busting a cap means.
And we're not talking about sexual neither.
Well. I bust.
You could have been busting a cap.
I was busting a cap when this motherfucker walked in and had to bust another cap.
I was busting the cap.
I was butt ass naked, Your Honor.
Butt in the air. And I was busting the cap. And this dumbass breaks the window and comes in. I had to bust another cap. 45 caliber. Oh, God. Yeah, so this is Dangerous Policing, Armed and Dangerous. Give us a call, 770-727-1620. Like I said, we have to get through this here. We got a guest calling in here. So we'll go ahead and get started with the game here. And let me start first because this is a good one here. Because I want to see how you guys are going to react to this here. Believe me, these producers sit back and they make these questions up for us. We really don't know until we're sitting down here reading them and crediting us that we could read at all. It gets rough. Here we go.
Public school education at its finest.
At its finest.
Let's go.
All right. Which one of these strange behaviors is true? No. Wait, no. It'll be true. You have to read that one, son.
Yeah, but that's the one that's first.
Okay. Oh, well then you're going first then. Jesus. I'm sorry. Jesus
I'm gonna get fired.
We're both fired.
I'm used to it.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm always getting fired from someplace.
Can you guys?
Which of these strange behaviors is true about Daryl? There's a lot of them, but I can only fit 3 on the paper. Right? Owns a pet tarantula that he walks on a leash in the park. Has a habit of wearing tidy whities to business meetings, claiming it helps him think more creatively. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I think that one's it, but I'm not supposed to say. And then C, Daryl enjoys eating. You know what? C. C. Daryl enjoys eating pickles dipped in chocolate sauce, stating it's his favorite snack. Listen, if you know Daryl like I know Daryl, if it has anything to do with eating, that's it. That is it. So chime in. What do y'all think?
What do y'all think?
Johnny, what's up, Johnny? I see you, man.
Someone said C. Someone said C.
That's John. Is that Champ? Champ said C. I think Johnny said C too. Johnny says I believe it's C too. His fat ass is always eating and always trying to make other people eat with him so they be fat like him. Well, let me stop fat shaming my friend.
Why are you fat shaming me?
I'm
You
sorry.
know that I am ashamed of my weight.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You think you
This
slim.
hurts. This hurts people. I want you to know
so
right now.
So you're gonna so I'm the bad guy now.
Yeah, you're the bad guy because I never talk about you.
What are you gonna say?
I never talk about you.
What are you gonna say? Look at those.
Oh,
look at those ugly 6-pack abs
Oh
and
my
those
God!
beautiful
Jesus
biceps.
Christ.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Someone help
Say
us,
it.
please.
Say it.
Jesus
Stroke
Christ!
my ego for me, please. Say it. Go ahead, please.
I'll tell you what. This is
Mm.
Jeff.
We
Okay.
got a B. We got somebody says B.
Someone says
Wearing
B.
tidy whities to business meetings because it helps him with his creativity.
Wow.
I'll be honest, y'all. I'm in between B and C.
B and C.
B and C.
All
That's
right.
what I am.
Well,
Word
drum
out.
roll, please.
Let's get a drum roll.
The answer is
What is it, son?
B.
B. I knew it.
I wear tidy whities because they're good luck for me, and they keep all my shit tight and close to me when I'm in a business meeting. Because you never know when
what?
someone might, one of those, something might happen in the business meeting. I get excited, okay?
And you got to keep it tight.
Right, and I got to keep it tight to me.
Jesus.
So I wear my tidy whities.
Tidy whities.
Tidy whities.
Y'all remember that the joke he's told about the tidy whities and the shit stains? That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Someone
Nasty
called up
son
here.
of a-
Someone called up yesterday.
It asked about
It
that.
really asked about that.
Yeah.
There, it was freaking unbelievable. We were
Yeah.
in the middle of a major deal, major shooting, and we were discussing that. And he calls up and he asks that question right
He
there.
did.
I was like, I don't know how I go back to comedy to this, back to that, but we did it. We made it successful. If the correct answer is B, people, the correct answer is A, Desiree.
Desiree said C. Like I said, I still believe that is an answer, but he said
Desiree,
B. So
sweetheart, it's B. I like to wear, because I take care of so much business, all right, I like to wear my tidy whities, and I take care of business in my tidy whities while I'm all snugged
all
up.
the business that he takes care of is in the kitchen. Eat.
In my tidy whities, in my tidy whities, all right? All right, so let's do Jeff now. Oh, this is going to be good.
Here we go.
Okay, which one of these strange behaviors is true about Jeff?
Let's go.
Jeff practices juggling flaming torches in his backyard as a stress reliever. Okay. B, Jeff collects antique typewriters and uses them to write letters to his friends. Well, we know Jeff can't type, but go ahead.
I can barely spell.
All right. And C, Jeff insists on only eating foods that is blue, believing that it brings him good luck. I can see his dumbass doing something like that.
Hey, everybody has their superstition.
Eating only blue food so that you think it's good luck.
Everybody has their superstition. So what do y'all think?
What y'all think?
A, B, or C?
What do y'all think? A, B, or C? Come on, we got some people watching right now. Let's get some more people.
John
Everybody
says
share this
C.
link.
John says C. All right, John, we got C.
See? All right. Everybody
John
share
says
this
C.
link. Everybody share this link. Everybody share this link right now. Everybody share this link. Just hit share on your social media devices, whatever you're doing, and share the link real quick. Yeah, let's get some more people up in here, people. There it is. There's that number rising. That's what I like to see. Let's get it nice. Let's get it nice, people. Get it rose. Get it rose. Get it rose.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Someone
got a
said D. Someone says D. There is no D. Chili. Chili, are you drinking Wooford too?
None of the above. None of the above.
Chili, are you drinking Wooford too? Okay, I'll read the answer or the questions to you again. Jeff practices juggling flaming torches in his backyard as a stress reliever. That's if he had a house in a backyard. B, Jeff collects antique typewriters and uses them to write letters to his friends. Jeff don't have no friends. Okay. C, Jeff insists
Zero's my
only
only
on
friend.
eating blue food, believing that it will bring him good luck. Jeff don't have no good luck. Okay?
That's why
This is a man who got fired 5 times in 24 hours. Right?
You son of a bitch.
There is no good luck. So, which one do you guys think it is? A, B, or C? Someone said D. There is no damn D. So go back and reevaluate A, B, or C.
A, B, or C. Chili must know me.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I need a real name. Type in your real name.
All right.
Maybe you know what? Don't type in your real name.
Yeah, don't do that.
All right. So,
All right, hold on. Drum roll 3.
All right, guys. It is C. Listen, everybody got their superstitions. Don't judge me. Okay?
Jeff insists on eating food that is blue, believing it brings him good luck.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
God.
I remember one time I put blue food color in my eggs because I was hoping for this. Like I was praying for a specific thing, right? So I'm like, hey, this is what I need. All right, cool. So I put the blue in my eggs and I ate it. There's not many blue foods.
So let me ask you a question.
Blueberries.
When you went to the bathroom and pooped, did it come out blue or was it still brown?
It was blue.
That was the question of the day.
It was blue.
It was blue.
It was
that
blue.
food color to do it to you all the time.
Scared the shit out of me because I forgot. I forgot.
I'm shitting blue.
That's oh my god.
What kind of person shits blue?
Me. I'm a smurf. I'm shitting blue, people. I'm out of here.
Hey, that's a new thing we're going to do. We're going to start balling up our paper, throwing it at the people out there in La La Land. That's what we got to start doing. That lets us know we love you. Here you go. Your turn.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, people. Oh, shoot. We're going to go on right here now. So, okay. So we, let's see here. I believe.
I love this program. Thank you, AALA. Those are just the abbreviations. But you know who I'm talking to. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. On to the next slide there.
8:15.
Okay, 8:15. Okay, do we have our person on the queue yet? I see 2 people in the queue. No, not yet. Okay. All right. All right, that's okay. So when he calls in, we'll just let him right in here. Okay, so people today,
because
yeah, you know he's on MP time,
CP time.
or CP time. He's on one of those time zones.
Call in, nigga. Sponsor
Yeah,
break.
sponsor break. All right, go ahead. Go right ahead. Go ahead with our sponsors. We've got to give it up to our sponsors, Mr. Tom and Pools at 8993 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia, 770-478-2257. Big sponsor of the show. Great guy, good friend of mine. And when I tell you, hats off to him, salute to Ed Talman.
All of your pool needs.
All your pool needs. And not only do they install the pool, they actually make the pool also.
They make it from scratch.
Fiber,
like biscuits.
like mama in the kitchen, whipping up the batter, all that other good stuff. They're making those pools and they're breaking them out right there. They deliver them. They got the big old trucks to deliver all that other good stuff. Tom and Pools, ladies and gentlemen, if you want, like and share this link. All right, we're up to 403 views. Come on, people, let's push it. Let's push it. Everybody share the link. Everybody share the link. Let's get it up. We should be at 1,000 right now. We should be at 1,000 and something right now. It's coming, nice and slow, but you know, I'm not even going there with you. I'm not even going there with you. We have an interesting show tonight. Like I said, the show's about something very serious, armed and dangerous. The reality of policing powers. What powers do we have as police officers? And what does the law say that we can do and that what we can't do? Up to 709 people. Come on, people. Bring it on in here. Bring it on here with your boys. Everybody share the link. The law, and we're going to talk about the state of Georgia. Now, I will tell you this here. I am not an attorney.
Neither am I.
We know that
I'm
much.
barely
a cop.
I'm barely a cop. I'm in there.
Right. So we're not police officers. There go that Wolford again. We are not attorneys. But what we can tell you, what we do specialize is in the law as far as applying the law, what the law says. I've got over 30 years police experience. Jeff's got over 15 years. policing experience?
12.
12 years policing experience. So he's the baby goat. I'm the old goat here. All right. And I can tell you right now, this is some good stuff because you never think you're going to need this stuff until something happens and you have to use force on someone. And then you're going to be going back to askacop.live, looking at this video, saying, what the hell did Jeff and Daryl say I should be saying right now? Yes. Okay, say what now? I should say what? Right? So listen up, pay attention, share this with your friends because you don't know who's going to need it.
Yes.
All right. So the next video that we have is something that happened here last week that really freaking disgusted me.
Oh yeah.
And it discussed a lot of Americans. It was, I mean, when I seen this, I was just thinking, I was like, what the fuck, are we back in 1960? Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know what
I mean,
I was thinking.
It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. You guys like and support the channel. Hit that QR code up there if you can. And like and support the channel on there. What was that now?
All I see is Coochie. One of the viewers says, Jeff looks like he. Wait, I can't.
Hold on. Wait, what is this here? Why is that blocking that? Hold on a second. Let me get it down. Hold on. I can get it down. Hold on. Jeff looks like he what?
I just saw Coochie and I was like, wait. Jeff looks like he knocked people out for Coochie.
This country, probably 20 million people.
Okay.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old.
Figure out,
if you want to.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Okay, go ahead with the thing. Let's see here.
Really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
The shot tried to kill this man.
Moving his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up.
No.
Hawkeye's here. Hawkeye's here. Spare, get ready. We ready? Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move? We're clear.
He said shooters down. Sorry, people.
I
got it.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we got to move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Watch out.
I'm watching this. I'm watching this and I'm saying, I cannot believe this is happening. I cannot believe that this is happening.
Surreal.
I mean, I'm watching this and I'm going, what bastard will try to kill someone over a damn job?
You know,
thank you, Smith. We love the show too. We love having you guys on as listeners. Everybody share the link. Everybody share this link right now. Everybody share this to your family and friends right now.
You know,
make this go viral.
The biggest thing about this video for me, first of all, the fact that it happened, and I know there was a lot of controversy behind this because people were thinking that, you know, this was this was fake. Somebody set this shit up. They did. Now, I know when I first watched it, and with us being in law enforcement, all my SWAT guys, you'll understand exactly what I'm about to say. Is that number one? You know, these guys are coming in at the very end. But number one, for me, if there's a shooting, there's going to be a lot more movement. These people are still in the stands eating hot dogs and popcorn. I mean, look at my man right here with his head. Nobody moves.
These white people for you, son.
Hey, bullets are flying
What the hell?
and nobody's moving.
What the hell is going on? If that was a stadium full of black people, I'm telling you right now,
motherfucker would've been
it would have been cleared the fuck out.
We don't want to know
give a
shit.
damn.
We not getting shot.
We ain't
No.
nope.
We hope he's okay, but we are
right,
out.
right.
But-
Good luck.
But on a more serious note, I don't believe this was fake. I really
It
don't.
was not fake.
The fact that anybody could take a shot at not just a person, but this is a former president, possible future president,
Mhm.
and you think it's okay to take a shot at this person because of political beliefs, and that's just not okay.
Well, what was crazy about it was that's a Republican rally, and the kid who shot at him, 20-year-old kid. The first thing I thought of when I heard the kid was 20 years old, I was like, what the fuck do you have to be upset about?
What
20 years old, for God's sake, living at home with your mom and dad. What the fuck do you got to be killing anyone for God's sake?
Clearly has never had any pussy.
Probably,
Because
yeah.
why are you shooting at somebody over a political view? Son, go get you a girlfriend.
The first thing I thought, I was like, what are we back in the fucking 60s, for God's sakes? What the hell is going on? The thing that someone will take someone's life over a job.
Yes,
Now,
Michael. So Michael said, yes, I thought we heard that there was people injured on the scene, and there was 2 people died.
There was.
A
One person
fire
died.
chief.
One person died.
No, it was 2.
No,
Well, I heard
sir.
2. I heard it was a fire chief, and then there was this other guy. He was a weird looking fellow, but he took a bullet.
No, one person
What's
died. 2
The
were
fire
critically.
chief?
No, one person died, and 2 were critically injured, but they made it. Okay,
Thank
but
God.
they made it.
Thank
Thank
God.
God.
Thank
But one person did die, and he was a reserve firefighter.
Mhm.
And this dude died diving on his family, trying to protect his family, and got shot in
They
the
got shot.
freaking head by this idiot.
Damn.
So, people, the struggle is real out there, and God bless America. That's all I got to say. But we are better than this. All right.
have to be
Whatever
better than
problem this cat had with anybody, what was crazy was that he was a registered Republican at a Republican rally, but he gave $15 to the Democratic Party.
And then start shooting.
And then goes to a Republican party and starts shooting. And then today I heard that when they dumped his phone, because you shoot a former president of the United States, we're going to dump your phone. We're going to turn your life all upside down, inside out. That you could believe. We're going to dig all up in your business. All right. That's all right. You try to assassinate one of our fucking presidents.
Yes.
We're going to dove.
In
The American
everybody's
people
business.
is doving
Mom,
into your life.
Dad, everybody.
Everybody's business. You don't have no personal business no more. I don't even know, I get it with the whole gun thing and stuff like that, but this kid clearly had some type of mental problem that he was dealing with.
Yeah.
And
Had to be.
and
And there was people in the crowd that was like, yo, there's somebody on the roof.
They did.
This guy is on the roof. So whether it's local law enforcement, but there was another thing that really bothered me about this whole situation was that, they said Secret Service get there days before,
Mhm.
canvas off everything. Hey, this is where we're gonna be. That should have been a Secret Service member on that roof.
They asked that.
So-
Do you know what the head Secret Service agent said? The lady that's over Secret Service?
Please,
Enlighten you?
please.
She
enlighten me.
said that the slope of the roof
Get the
was too
fuck outta
steep,
here. Get the fuck out of here.
and that it would have been dangerous to put personnel on that slope.
That's
But,
that's a bullshit excuse.
It is a bullshit.
There should have
excuse.
been that roof was. They said it was 147 yards away, and when I heard that he missed the shot, I knew it was an amateur shooter
Mhm.
because ain't no way in hell a real shooter gonna miss a shot 147 yards with a long
with a long gun
with a
rifle.
fucking long gun rifle. So I knew you was a bitch then, son,
Right.
and you missed that shot. But I'm glad you missed it. But no, a Secret Service member or a member of that local police agency should have been on that roof at that time.
What do you think about his dad, who All right, we're up to 2,233 views. Everyone share, please. Share the link.
We're gonna take that view thing away from you.
Yeah, no, I like that view thing. Yes.
Stay on topic.
What do you think about the father who bought the rifle for him? Because they traced the rifle back to the father, and the father actually bought the rifle for his son.
Okay, well, see, that's something that is not abnormal. Like me and my son, we hunt, right? And I bought my son a rifle, but now I kept
What
it.
kind of rifle?
It was a 270. I kept it, but when we went hunting,
It wasn't an assault rifle.
it wasn't an assault rifle. But still, even to this day, okay, well, let's say for instance, I bought my son a rifle today, and then I don't know, his girlfriend breaks up with him, and he goes off shooting people. Which once again, we don't do that.
Right.
But I'm just saying the fact that his dad bought it for him, he's 20. Is it still a problem? Yes, because it was an AR platform, weapon, which means he was 20. He was not old enough to have that weapon. So yes,
someone just said that's Pennsylvania law. So it's legal there, apparently.
it's legal in Pennsylvania. So talk to me about that. That's Pennsylvania law. What's Pennsylvania law?
Yeah, enlighten us more about that. Because I'd like to know that. Because we're Georgia boys and Ohio boy. So so maybe Pennsylvania has a different law. So I'm not even saying that it's Pop's fault. I'm not saying that. Even though it's a freaking horrendous a thing that happened, it's not Dad's fault because he drove over 50 miles to this rally, by the way. Yeah.
Baron, Malcolm, I see you.
Hey,
you.
Malcolm.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
What's up? So he drove over 50 miles away to do this horrendous act. So mom and dad had no freaking clue what this kid's doing. At least so far, there's no evidence of that, that they had any idea what this kid was doing, or that they took part on it or aided and abetted in any type of way.
Yeah.
So I want to be very, very clear when I say that. Nothing with that. But still, at some point in time, when you're buying your children these weapons, you got to know as a parent, every parent know their child. All right.
Stunner 698 says also legal in Georgia for long guns. So clearly they have changed that.
Yeah. And Turner, you're supposed to, you got the link on your email. So if you hear us, hit your email up. Hit your email up. We're waiting on you.
Oh, I thought it was Stunner. It's Turner.
Yeah. He's retarded. He can't spell.
Jesus
apparently.
Christ. Call in,
Okay.
son. You still waiting on your late ass to call in.
Right.
You're 30 minutes, you're 15 minutes late.
We're professionals around here.
Yes.
So no, I'm not blaming mom or dad. They're cooperating with the law enforcement officers. They're doing all that other good stuff that they're supposed to be doing. So you can't necessarily be mad at them, even though it's a horrendous thing. And thank God he missed. Listen,
thank you.
this has nothing to do with whether you're Republican or Democrat. This has got to do about the American way and what we believe in our democracy.
Yeah, because you still can't
Okay.
shoot at a motherfucker because you don't believe what he believes. Could you imagine if we lived in a world like that where, hey, you don't believe what I believe, so pow, bitch, you dead. No, we can't live like that. We'll be barbarics. And that's why we have laws.
That's what
That's
we
why
look
have
like
law
right now.
enforcement. Exactly. So we just can't live like that. And so I don't agree with that. Now, once again, if y'all tuned into Politics on Policing, you would know that I'm a Trump supporter, and I'm not ashamed of that. We could go into it. We could talk about it all day. We could have a part 2 of Politics and Policing. But the fact of the matter is, you just can't shoot at motherfuckers because you don't
agree with their political views.
Agree. Yeah, you can't. You just can't do it. You just can't do it.
If that's the case, then what separates us from the criminal on the street? What separates us from that case? We can just go out and just do whatever the hell we want to do then.
Yeah, and that's not the case.
Yeah,
that's all we hear. Because there are people who think they can do whatever they want to do, and then that's why we're here. That's why we do our job. Because we just can't do it.
Okay, so so what I want to do is sort of leading into I had to show the attempted assassination on the presidential candidate Donald Trump. Joe Biden did respond in kind, and once they woke him up from his nap, I'm sure, Joe, wake up, Joe, wake up. Lilies are yellow.
Scooby-Doo said
Yeah, right.
to the cracker, and I ate it after I dipped it in my soup. That's what Joe Biden said.
Joe's like, what? Where are we? What's going on? Donald who?
Donald who? It was Donald.
Donald Duck got shot.
I love Duck.
I love
Yeah,
Donald Duck. Why would they shoot Donald Duck?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So
That's-
after they
that's what y'all
woke
voted for.
Joe up, Joe did call Trump and make sure he was all right, which I thought was a very decent thing to do. And he offered him his condolences and that him and his wife's praying for him and all that other good stuff. So here's one for Joe, I guess.
That's old Joe.
Yep. Just go ahead and tap out, Joe, please.
Mm-hmm.
So what I thought was very fitting for this was when we're addressing, now this is where it gets real, people. Okay, this is where it gets real. 2,222 viewers. All right, people, let's get it up. Everyone share the link. Everyone support the channel. Everyone support the channel. It's very important. This is how we keep this channel going. So please click.
Bro, what?
Jesus help us all.
Like that was like the button, like you had the button and they hit the button and
Hey,
the sound effect.
I would
I
like
was
to
the human sound effect.
listen. I think we should do a 5-second. You know what? 3,
God damn you.
2, 1. Hit it. For you, son.
Back to both of you.
No, go ahead and
I'm
support
guzzling.
the channel. Go ahead and support the channel, please. So what is fitting is we want to delve a lot into when you have to take someone's life. It is a very serious subject of it is a very serious subject. I'll let you take the first slide, son. It is a very serious subject. And Jeff is going to talk about what Georgia law requires of us when you have law enforcement. Now, what we're going to talk about is law enforcement, and then we're going to break down for you guys as civilians. So on a lot of the stuff that we have first coming up is not going to really apply to you guys. It's going to apply to police. So this is what we're taught. This is how we're trained and stuff like that. Someone said smile.
Everybody's talking about me. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. You told me that last time. I guess I'm not smiling enough, but
If I look like that, I wouldn't smile too much neither. All right. So Georgia law.
law. So armed and dangerous, the reality.
Here, I need you to hold that for a second there. I need this for a second. Go ahead.
Officer's presence,
Mhm.
verbal commands, physical control, less lethal force, lethal force. Those are the levels.
Now explain to them which ones now.
What do you mean? Which ones?
Okay. So as far as the first thing that we're taught in the use of force continuum, I keep forgetting he's not an instructor.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay. See.
All right. The first thing that we're taught in the use of force continuum, go on to bring up the slides. The first thing that we're taught, and as police officers in our use of force continuum, is this here. The first thing that you have is officer's presence.
Mhm.
In other words, how you look when
That
you
should
get
be
on the
enough
scene. That's
For
right.
you to stop whatever the fuck you're doing is officer's presence. Hey, we're here. Put the bullshit to the side.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Put the bullshit to the side. It just got real. The popo's here. All right. And we need to get it together. So how you look, how you dress, how you talk is going to be all of importance here.
Yes.
Okay. It's going to all be of importance because this is what people are going to relate to you by. All right. If you're dressed like a slob pulling up somewhere, then people are not going to take you serious.
Yeah,
All right.
they won't.
If you look like you just got out of bed, you didn't iron your clothes, all that stuff, people ain't going to take you serious.
Crumbs on your
Right.
goddamn body cam and
That's
all
right.
that shit. Yeah, no.
Right. People aren't going to take you serious. All right. Now, the second thing is verbal command. All right. How you project your voice,
Yeah.
how you talk to people. How you
Hey,
communicate.
stop that shit.
Like
Put
that.
her down. Hey, no, don't. God damn it.
Verbal commands.
Verbal commands. That's what I was
Okay.
projecting.
That was really good, Jeff. That's really good.
My boy, did you hear it? Come on.
Yeah, I
I
wish
said
you
it with
were-
my chest. Say it with your chest. Hey, get your ass. God, put my taser.
My name is Jeff. Put it down. That's going to be your new voice from now on. Oh, boy. It's not a good look. I don't know what that means, but hey, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. No, that's not a good look for the United States of America to have
Yes,
someone try
yes.
to assassinate
Tase the road
yeah,
runner.
yeah.
Yes. If you that taser again.
Okay. Physical control. Control is actually that officer reaching out and touching you, grabbing you. Hey, move here. Hey, stop that. Hey, take your hands out your pocket. Hey, do this, do that. Actual some type of physical touch and control. Less lethal force would be what we talked about last week. If you followed the show, who are you shouting at? I don't know. Am I shouting? I'm sorry.
Oh, nobody. I was just reiterating. Verbal commands. I'm sorry. I'm not shouting at anybody. There's nobody here just jumping anybody. Everybody's safe.
Right. Everybody's safe
Producer's
here.
safe. Everybody's safe. We're not yelling.
If you don't get this volume fixed, he may not be safe. Okay, so less than lethal force. We talked about that last week's show. If you remember, we talked about the use of taser, OC, stun grenades, batons, stuff like that. So as you can see, we're not just making this shit up as we go. This is shit that the state of Georgia actually really teaches us to do. So you got your officer presence, your verbal command, your physical control, your less than lethal, which is all this shit around our back belt. And then finally, if all that fails, you go to lethal force. Now, do we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to lethal force?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
We do not.
No.
Because if we pull up to the scene and you got a gun, oh, you can X out about 3, 4, 5 of these things. We're going right to
Going
lethal.
straight to 5.
Right.
Straight to 5.
So there is no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you have to do.
But there's still a verbal command.
Mhm.
When we get out, there's a gun involved. Hey, drop the gun. Police, drop the gun.
when it's feasible.
And then if we have to go to 5, we go to 5. If they drop the gun, they drop the gun. And but that's it.
Yeah, when it's feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to hear you say, oh, well, the officer didn't tell him to drop the gun. Well, that fucker knows he ain't supposed to have a gun, and let alone shooting at people.
Yeah. You know,
So,
we get out
yeah,
and
it
there's
is nice to say
bullet
drop the
holes.
gun.
in our front windshield, then yeah, we're not. Those verbal commands are out the window.
Right. It's nice to tell them to drop the gun, but it's not the law that we have to before we say that. Okay. So that is the use of force continuum here. All right.
Jordan.
Okay. So the next one is, now this is where I want you guys to really pay attention at. All right, 2,731 people. Everybody share this link. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get to 3. Let's get to 3. Let's get to 3. Come on, people. Let's get to 3. All right.
You
So
like my sound effect?
I love your
The
sound effects.
producer don't like my sound effect. Every time I do it, he's like laughing.
It's really retarded.
It is, but you know, here we are.
All right, so this is where I want to get serious for just a second, because this is what's going to save you from going to prison, going to jail. Hey, Canada, this is what I'm talking about.
All right.
Canada, share it with your family and friends, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. One person is
Thanks for
scanned the
scanning the
link,
QR code. It really helps our channel grow.
and that was from our producer. Thank you
Yes.
so much. One person scanned the QR code. Come on,
Oh,
guys.
you did. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Damn, I didn't know I did that. That was pretty cool.
Well,
I
you
can see
know,
it.
yeah.
I'm new to all this shit, yeah.
Someone buy some merch on there. Ain't nothing on there over $40, so relax.
Mm-hmm.
You guys spend that at the strip club, so I don't want to hear it. Support the channel. Call in
$4.
770-727-1620. 727-1620. Thank you again for our sponsor,
20.
Tallman Pools. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. You're a big sponsor of the show. Thank you, Ed.
Yes.
All right, so now let's get into Georgia law. Now, laws vary state to state, but most of the time they're similar.
Very simple.
If you stay on this track and if you follow the law, you pretty much don't have anything to worry about most of the time.
Yeah.
Now,
You can't go doing your own goddamn
the
thing.
segment, hold on, the segment before the last segment on use of force was what happens when politics get involved in law enforcement.
Yes.
So we seen with the Rayshon Brooks situation, who his nephew just got killed yesterday. His nephew just got shot and killed. I seen on the news. But he followed the law. That officer followed the law to the letter of the law and still got sent to jail.
Because politics
got
reared their
involved.
head into our shit.
That's right.
And did not take their time.
That's
Even
right.
GBI, I remember at that time, GBI stood up and said, like, listen,
We're not even finished with our investigation.
we're not even finished. This is not us. We did not arrest that officer. So that showed you right then how politics can play a key role in putting their heads in our job, thinking they know better.
So what I want to do now, this is very important because you are going to need this if you are ever involved in a use of force situation, whether you're at home chilling and someone kicks in your front door, or whether you're the police out there, or whether you're a security guard out there just doing your job and some fool comes in and all this other good stuff and you have to act. All right. So here's what Georgia law says. Now,
What does it say?
we're going to talk about the criminal section. So the criminal section of Georgia law for use of force in defense of another. Then we're going to talk about use of force in defense of your home. Then we're going to talk about use of force, defense of property and other than habitation. And then we're going to talk about arrest with force. All right. So that goes, if I go to arrest you and you start resisting, try to take my gun, or you produce a gun or pick up a sledgehammer or something like that, then there we go. So we spent a lot of time researching this stuff and putting this all together for you guys. So believe me when I tell you, that's why I say support the channel, people, please. All right. So let's talk about 16-3-21, use of force in defense of self or others. That means I can use deadly force if you are trying to cause seriously grave bodily harm to me or a third person. Okay, I walk around a corner and you're about to shoot such and such, then that will be in defense of a third person. So it says justification for the use of force when a person reasonably believes that such force is necessary to defend themselves or others against another person's immediate use of unlawful force. The key word there is unlawful force. All right. So that gives me the authority to use of force. Conditions under which use of deadly force is justified. Okay, now you got OCGA 16.3.23, use of force in defense of habitation, your home.
Your home.
You're at home, someone kicks in your door. Oh,
We
shit.
saw earlier. If
Right.
you're busting a cat and you got to bust a cat, this is
This is it.
This is it.
All right, 16.3.23. Use of force in defense of your habitation, your home. Justification for the use of force in defense of one's house. Conditions under which the use of force is justified to prevent or terminate unlawful entry or attack on a habitation. Now, let me very clearly explain this. Someone's banging at my door and they say they're going to break in. Can I just shoot through the door?
No.
No. That's not what that means.
Not shoot through the door.
If someone is out there smashing your car windows, can I shoot and kill them? No, that's not what this means. Okay, and we're going to get into the three components that you have to have in these slides in order to be justified. This is just what the law says. And then I'm going to tell you what you have to be, I love you guys too, thank you, to be justified in using deadly force. All right. 16.3.24, use of force in defense of property other than habitation. Justification for the use of deadly force to prevent trespass of criminal interference with property other than habitation.
So is that like a vehicle?
Yes, that could be a vehicle. That could be trespassing.
Yeah.
That could be a number of
just
multitude of
land,
things.
just
Right,
land.
right. Someone's on your land. Can you just shoot and kill them? No. You cannot just shoot and kill them. And this is going to all come together, people. I'm going to explain to you how this all is coming together. Trust me, I'm going to explain to you. So you cannot shoot just because someone's on your property. You cannot shoot just because someone is banging at your door recklessly or anything like that, or busting out your car windows and stuff like that. There are 3 things that you have to have with that in order to be able to pull the trigger. OCGA 17420 is what gives us as police officer the power to arrest and use force. Law enforcement officers, authority to use force in making an arrest, justification for the use of deadly force by peace officers during the apprehension of a suspect. That was what protects us. 17420 protects us from that. Okay? Now, let's get into the key elements of use of force. So, do you want to take the key elements or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take my
All
time.
right.
So those key elements are ability, opportunity, and jeopardy. So all the viewers, like, what does that mean to you? So opportunity, and jeopardy, right? So we have, to justify use of force, particularly deadly force, the following 3 elements must be present.
It says must. It says must. That means it has to be all 3.
Present.
Not
Yes.
2, not 1, all 3. Must.
So the ability, the aggressor must have the ability to cause harm. This means they have the means and the capability of inflicting serious bodily harm or death. Example, the possession of a weapon, superior force or strength, or the means to cause harm. So that's big. So what that means is, we gave an example earlier about how we pull up on the scene and there's guns out. Guns are out, right? So we have to skip a bunch of numbers. And so what do we do at that point? That person at that point has all 3.
That's right.
If we pull up to a scene of a crime and guns are out,
He has ability.
he has the ability, because he has a gun. He has the opportunity to shoot at us and others.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's life is in jeopardy at that point. If there's other people on the scene and us at that particular time.
That's right.
Right? Then when we talk about physical strength, superior physical strength, we get to a scene. How many times have we got to a scene of, let's say, domestic violence?
Mm-hmm.
The woman is 5'5". This motherfucker 6 foot, 280 pounds. She has no chance.
Go ahead, me.
What, 5'5"?
No.
This motherfucker's 5 foot this way and 5 foot that way. Both sides. Badass. I'm sorry. But anyway, so that's what we talk about when physical strength. That means when you know somebody has the upper hand over you because of their size,
right,
their strength, etc. Opportunity. The aggressor must have the opportunity to use the ability to cause harm. This means they are in a position where they can immediately inflict harm. Example, proximity to the victim or barriers that's preventing an attack. So the ability that they had, we just talked about, they have the opportunity to use that. Gun, their strength, whatever other things that they have over you at that time. And then jeopardy, immensely, it says.
Hold on a second. I'm going to go back to opportunity a second.
Go ahead.
So when you're talking about opportunity, you're talking about proximity to the victim, no barriers preventing the attack.
So if they got a stick and your ass is 50 yards away from each other, there's no opportunity.
There's no opportunity. Too far away,
Even
too far away.
Even if he threw the fucking stick.
Right. Too far away.
Bitch, you 50 yards
Right.
away. And
Now
you shot him?
We're talking about,
Oh.
let's say, what I love to use with opportunity is a knife. Now, people say, oh, someone has a knife, you tase them. Someone has a knife, you use your aspartame. Someone use your knife, you can pepper spray them. Well, what happens if all that non-lethal force fails?
Mm-hmm.
Then use one stabbed up mother lover, and you're going to probably die, especially in the hands of a trained knife attacker. So when you're talking about the proximity to the victim, no barriers to prevent the attack. So let's say someone has a knife and they're less than 20 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Okay. Studies have been shown that it takes approximately 20 to 22 feet before you can effectively draw your weapon and fire and stop a threat before you are stabbed.
But which weapon? The gun or Leslie?
A weapon. Yeah. Someone has a knife with me. They're not getting no taser, no mace, no OC, no. They're straight to glockatizing. Glockatizing. That's it, baby. Glockatizing.
Did you just make that up?
No, that's a word.
In the Urban Dictionary, it has to be.
Pronoun has verbs. Feels good.
Glockatizing.
I'm a glockatize you. All right. In other words, you're gonna get that Glock pointed at you. All right. So if it's a knife,
I'm still stuck on glockatize.
hey, it's a real thing.
It's my fucking Glock.
If you are more than, so studies have shown 20 to 22 feet away before I can effectively draw my firearm and put two in a center mass before you're neutralized. If you die as a result of that, that is two types of problems: my problem and your problem, right? So don't put us in that situation. When you're talking about a knife attack, knives are very, very dangerous, and they've killed more officers than anything. So that's what that's talking about. So now let's say it's me, the officer, and the suspect is less than 20 feet away, but there's a chain link fence between us. We're at a baseball diamond or something, right? Okay, so that changes the scenario a little bit.
But Janine says, if all that spells, just punch him in the face.
Hey, there you go. I like Janine.
Just punch him in the face.
Okay, all right, go ahead with it. All right, so that's opportunity, but I wanted to give you a little bit of definition on when we're talking about opportunity. So if there can't be a barrier between you guys, there's got to be just pure and open space between you guys, and they have to be able to inflict serious physical harm on you. Go ahead.
All right, so jeopardy, immense jeopardy. The threat posed by an aggressor must be imminent. The victim,
Imminent, right away.
Yes, right away. The victim must be reasonably believe that they are in immense danger of being harmed. Example: aggressive action or behavior, verbal threats or immense harm, advancing towards the victim with a weapon. So he just gave a few examples about that. Is there a chain link fence in between us? Could you imagine a motherfucker with a knife coming at a police officer and the officer decides to shoot him through a fence? That's not going to work.
Not a good day.
Or not necessarily for the officer, but also for a citizen. If there's a chain link fence in between you and he has a knife and you decide to shoot, yeah, that shit's not going to work. Like, you might as well take that manslaughter charge.
That ain't going to work any day of the week. So we've got to know what we're doing.
It has to be imminent, right in front of me. You're 5 feet, 10 feet, like you're right here. You know, that shit has to be there.
Now, also, I wanted to express something to you guys also. This law is referring to you out there, not just police.
Yes, citizens.
Citizens,
So we're
too.
talking about these statutes. Yes,
Not
this
just,
shit applies directly to y'all.
that's right. You have to have ability, opportunity, and jeopardy also.
Yes. Somebody kicks in your front door and then they decide to turn around and run the opposite direction.
Can you shoot them?
You cannot shoot them.
Nope.
You cannot. I'm going to repeat. Hold on. Let me take a sip of my Woodford and I'm going to repeat it again. You cannot shoot them in the back because there is no jeopardy. There is no opportunity.
Right.
And at that point, there is no ability. This motherfucker is running the opposite way. Now, do you want to shoot him?
Probably.
Of course, I would want to shoot that motherfucker too. Because you kicked in my door.
That's right.
But you can't. You got to have self-control, just like we have self-control. The same way when bullshit goes south with police officers and y'all would hold us to the fire,
You
are held to the fire too.
Absolutely.
You cannot shoot an individual where their back is turned away from you. Period.
All right. So what we're going to do here on the next slide is, there you go. We're going to apply the elements. Now, this is what I like about the research that we've done, because we're going to really oh, thank you. We wet.
What? Great. You are doing great. Hey, but what if it's a man? Said, hey, come on.
Armchair.
No, he is Daryl. The
Armchair.
happy one was Daryl.
My number is
You bet not. Our number is
911.
727-1620. Call in, we will. Go ahead,
Okay.
your voice.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Let's keep it going here. Next slide. Okay. Applying the elements. Now, this is what I love about Georgia law. It's really going to drill down here. So we're going to get through this real quick here. So we got a couple more slides to go here. How are we looking on time, producer? Okay, 1 hour in. Okay, good. We were trying. Good. Yeah. So we got a little bit. So that's good. Okay. So applying the elements now. The ability. The suspect must possess the means to inflict serious physical harm. For example, if a suspect has a knife, they have the ability to cause significant injury or death. That's the ability. The suspect must possess the means: knife, gun, rock, stick, ashtray.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Right, rock, paper, scissors. Okay? He must have the ability to do it. So if you shoot this guy and claim ability and this motherfucker don't have no arms, you're in trouble.
Trouble.
You're in trouble. Right? Because they're going to say, what's the ability? How do you have the ability? What did he have? Was he going to headbutt you?
Maybe he could have.
But will it cause serious physical harm? And would a prudent person believe that would kill you?
How big was his head?
Well, now there's the question right there. There you got it right there. That's the question. How big is that head?
Your Honor, that motherfucker.
Now, he had a huge head,
was
sir.
the size of a goddamn cinder block.
He was headbutting officers. He was just knocking officers out.
Knocking motherfuckers out left and right.
Pow!
He have not one arm.
He didn't have no arms.
Nothing.
He was in a wheelchair, no legs. He just going around knocking them out.
Headbutt motherfucker.
Just headbutting them.
And then Officer Smith over here shot him.
Oh,
Thank
man.
God for Officer Smith, because
Thank
that
God.
head's huge.
You took the rap for all of us.
Mm-hmm. His ass
Okay.
going to jail, though.
Okay, all right. Officer Smith's going to jail. But
Officer
yeah,
Smith's going-
yeah. Thank you for taking the rap for all of us.
Hey,
buddy.
thank you for saving us from the headbutts, baby.
Opportunity. The suspect must the suspect must be in a position to use the means inflicted to inflict harm. So he has to be in a position to use the means to inflict the harm. Like I said, with no arms, no legs. You shoot a paraplegic, I'm going to say you're screwed. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say you are screwed.
You are screwed.
All right. If the suspect with the knife within close range of the officer or another person, they have the opportunity to cause harm. So that's what we talked about before.
Okay.
All right. Studies have shown 21-foot rule. 21-foot rule. Within 21 feet, a person can get to you and kill you up and stab you up with a knife, especially a trained knife fighter. We don't know. We try to look and see how they're holding the knife, if they're holding it
But
this
shit,
way,
we don't
if they're
know if
holding
they're
it this
trained.
way.
But that shit
You
doesn't
don't know.
matter.
Right.
But it doesn't. We don't know if they're trained. If they're really trained, they would throw that motherfucker.
Right.
But if they threw a knife at me, then we can articulate, yes, this is why I put 37 rounds on him out of my 45. It's on me. Why? Because he threw a knife at me.
Why did you stop at 37? We didn't have more. Okay, Jeopardy. Jeopardy is one thing I want you to think of.
The game show, Jeopardy?
No, not the game show Jeopardy.
Oh shit.
Is what I want you to think of with Jeopardy is right away, right now,
Right
not
in your
tomorrow,
face.
not what people are thinking, not what the prosecuting attorney or the defense attorney is going to say 6 months from now. Right now, at the
Right
second
now.
that you're breathing, right now, you have to be in jeopardy.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna read it to you. The officer or other person, because you could shoot in defense of a third person. Remember, you could shoot in defense of a third person. Must be in immediate danger. So, clear-cut case of this one is boyfriend. You break up with boyfriend. He's banging on your door. Bam, 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 bam. You open the door, and he gets in your face, and he goes, "Bitch, I'm gonna fucking kill you." And he walks away, and he goes to his car and he drives home, right? And then you get in your car because he said he's going to kill you. Well, Daryl and Jeff said ability, opportunity, and jeopardy.
Hell no.
So I'm going to.
Ain't no jeopardy there. That motherfucker's gone.
So
Jeff ain't said
I'm
shit.
going to drive to his house
And kill him first.
and I'm going to kill him first.
Bet you're going to prison.
You are going to jail. I'm going to call the 5-second full of shit. Bing, 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 bing.
Bitch, we ain't tell
Okay.
you. We ain't tell your ass no such thing.
We didn't say none of that.
Oh, he was gone.
All right. Once he leaves you down 911.
Someone please call 911.
911. Okay. Jeopardy. The officer or another person must be in immediate danger. Not that he left, came back, or you left and followed after him, all that other stuff. If the suspect is advancing towards the officer or person with a knife in a threatening manner, the officer can have reasonably perceived an immediate threat.
Yes, that's just immediate.
Now it says weapon.
What's a weapon?
What's a weapon?
What's a weapon?
A weapon could be anything you deem necessary that could cause you physical bodily harm.
A glass bottle of Coca-Cola. Is that a weapon?
Could be
Is it a weapon?
a glass, and you said the key word, a glass
A
bottle.
glass bottle of
Would a
Coca-Cola.
plastic bottle of Coca-Cola be a weapon?
No.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
gonna tase his ass, and I'm gonna send his ass to jail. A glass bottle, son, that's a lot of bodily harm at that time for anybody.
Right.
Regular citizen,
Right.
me or you, yeah.
All right. A suspect is armed with a knife. That's the ability.
Paint the picture. Armed with a knife.
Armed with a knife.
All right.
Is within a few feet of an officer
A few fucking feet.
or
He's
civilian.
right there.
That's the opportunity.
Yes. Can y'all? I'm painting the picture. Y'all see it? Do you motherfuckers see it?
And is making aggressive movements or threats. That's jeopardy.
What is he saying? What threats?
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
up.
I'm gonna fuck you
Motherfucker
up. I'm gonna
try on
fucking
meth.
kill you on meth. He don't got no fucking
He
front
don't got no
teeth.
teeth.
He stinks. He's
He's
sweating all
foul.
over the place, and
Mhm.
you know.
Yes. This is a real picture, y'all. Like this shit we deal with on a daily basis.
In
Y'all think
this
it's funny, but
situation,
we do.
the officer may be justified in using force, including deadly force, to neutralize a threat. Now, notice the state of Georgia says may,
Because we have other tools.
because we have other
that
tools
we could use.
that could possibly prevent that.
But a regular citizen,
Wouldn't
That-
have that,
so
nor the training.
nor the training. So if you had a gun, if a regular citizen had a gun and somebody pulled a knife on you and you shot him, you're justified.
You have to be able to articulate ability, opportunity, jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get on there
But in
and,
that
and miss
scenario-
one of them.
But that
Let's say-
scenario, there is all the
That
elements
all,
there.
all the three elements are there. I just
All
gave
over
them
there.
to you.
All of them are there. So if you decide to pull your gun and you shot that person, you got to stop him.
You're
Yeah,
good to
I
go.
got my kids with me. This motherfucker came up on a knife on
Do
me.
you like the kids?
Because two of them I
50-50.
like.
Two of them. Okay,
Two
I
of them.
got you.
My favorite's in the front seat. He was safe.
Right. So you have to defend them.
So you still got to defend them all. All
Okay,
right.
got you.
But as officers, could we still make that same choice? We have other tools that we can use. Like for me, for instance, any other officers out there listening, for me, somebody pull a knife on me, I'm going to tase them first. I will use my taser first. If my taser deploys perfectly and disables him, then that's it.
Win-win.
This young man, on the other hand, he's going straight Clint Eastwood him.
Damn right. Because I'm not going to depend on a taser when it's a use of deadly force situation, and that motherfucker may work
All
or may not work.
depends on how close he is. We're talking shit. Our Series 7s reach up to 85 feet effectively. 85 feet. And we're talking about if this motherfucker's maybe 15, 20 feet in front of me, I'm going to use my taser.
Okay. All right. So we got Steve on now. Okay. All right. So
Come on, Steve.
now, Steve, before, go ahead and bring him on, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Steve, can you hear us? Okay, so here's
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. So
hear me
I guess
now?
Okay, you can hear us.
you can't link
Hold on,
on.
wait, we can't hear
mobile.
Steve.
We can't hear you.
You cannot hear me. Hold on.
We can't hear you.
Hold on, Steve. Let's get this. Let's fix this.
Make sure your mic's unmuted.
Yeah, it's unmuted.
There it is. I think I hear something. You say something?
Hello.
There we go.
Okay, I think we got you. Can you hear us, Steve?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Let's
Okay.
go. We can
All
hear
right.
you.
So now I'm glad Steve joined us
Mhm.
because Steve is a firearms instructor with the state of Georgia.
Yep.
He's been in law enforcement for about as long as I have been. Steve,
You guys are old.
well, whatever.
That's for old guys.
I taught Steve everything he knows.
No, you didn't.
All right.
I'm sure you did.
Okay.
I can see it in your face.
I taught
You
Steve.
ain't taught Steve shit.
Steve is a wonderful instructor. I taught him everything he knows.
God damn it.
So Steve is very familiar with this as far as use of force.
Yeah.
So Steve, I want to just pause for just a second here on the slides, and I want you to interject in the topic of armed and dangerous and the realities of police powers. And I want you to also give us your commentary on the Trump attempted assassination. Welcome to the show, Steve Turner.
What's up, man? It's so much to unbox about the Trump assassination attempt. I mean, you got everything now from people being quiet now because now everything is kind of starting to make sense a little bit better for them. And so the situation, I mean, really ask me a question because this Trump situation is so all over the place, even down to yesterday when they stopped and asked the Secret Service head, like, what the heck happened? How did you allow this to happen?
Okay, so let's go from there. So with you being a firearm instructor, how did this happen? Like, in your opinion, because if I said my opinion, once I got SWAT trained, that shit should have never happened. So with you being a firearm instructor, what are your thoughts on even the positioning? Because I told Daryl earlier that roof that he was on, a fucking Secret Service sniper should have been on that roof. Right. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so it's kind of like what Triplet said earlier. Secret Service head said that the roof was too slanted and all this other nonsense. That's pure nonsense. Even if the roof was slanted, there should have been no reason why someone had the capability to access the roof. So anytime we have a perimeter, because I do like bodyguard work for y'all layman terms, people, bodyguard work, but we call it executive protection. But there's no way if I had the resources that the Secret Service has that I would allow somebody to be able to at least access the area of the roof. Because if they did, we know that the problems are going to exist, that people are going to make the attempt. And so how does a guy with a 12 to 14 foot ladder gingerly put that in that scenario without ever being seen for carrying a 12 to 14 foot ladder?
Yeah.
Number two, how does a youngin of his age and of his look get a rifle to that point B? How do you get it there? We got to start from there, because if you don't start from there, nothing else makes sense.
But if you look at him, like you just said, so you said the looks. So he did look like just, some goofy ass kid that was just walking around, probably had it in a backpack, maybe a collapsible stock, so it was smaller, right? So, but there was another video where people was like, yo, this motherfucker's on the roof.
And he's got a gun.
And he has a gun. Like, yo, like they're talking, they're telling people this shit. So once again, I'll go as far to say, how in all of the hell that from 147.5 feet away from where Trump is, how did my man have the opportunity to get on that roof if Secret Service was also on that roof or in that perimeter? That was 147 feet away.
Well, the good thing here is now it's been so many days. Now facts are coming out, so we know for a fact that they knew 3 hours before that this guy existed.
Right.
Then we know that 10 minutes before he fired the first shot, they also knew he existed. So with all these many things that are now factual basis, there's no more argument of them not knowing, and why we are able to talk about this today is beyond me, because it should have been a non-factor. It should have been a fact that a young white kid who had ideologies to shoot Donald Trump was arrested 150 yards from his podium. That's what the story should have been, because there's no way that, again, what we know for a fact is he did not look like the Secret Service, and he did not look like a goddamn police officer, a sniper going to the rooftop to take up a counter sniper position. That's what these are the facts that we know, right? And
all right, so Steve, so we got a viewer had a question. Well, she had a statement for you. She said, I call bullshit service out these days in advance, scoping out everything, knocking on people's doors, running background checks. This was a setup. Can't comment online. Don't have the channel. Sorry. So I think she's saying the same thing we're saying. Like,
So read what she said one more time.
she said, I call bullshit. Secret Service was out there 3 days prior in advance, scoping out everything, knocking on people's doors, running background checks. So that's what we're saying. All of us are saying the same thing. Like, this kid didn't look like Secret Service. He didn't look like anybody of any importance, but he had the access to this roof 150 yards away, which we know as shooters, Steve being a certified firearm instructor, we know 150 yards with a long gun ain't shit.
Right.
That's shit.
But here's the thing. Okay, let's play a little devil's advocate here. This might be the Wolford talking, but
It might be the Wolford.
Here we go.
And that was Desiree, by the way. That question came from Desiree.
Desiree.
Yes,
Hey.
that question came from
Okay,
Desiree.
so here's the thing, is that we've all been in a situation where we've planned and we get there and shit goes south all the time. And I think that this is a classic case of shit going south. The problem
But that's the Secret
is that
Service.
it's the Secret Service, the most pristine, supposed to be protection division in the world, and they're supposed to have all of the bells and whistles covered. Now, from what I read, they said that they were supposed to have a township officer who has a total of 12 full-time cops protect that building, that building there. And they told the Secret Service that, hey, we don't have the manpower to cover that building. So
Secret Service should have covered that building.
then Secret Service should have absolutely covered that
They
building.
should
But
have
some way it
five
flew,
more
under,
officers
it
in.
flew under the radar. And then when you have people saying the key word there, and Steve, you know, this is what we call a clue in law enforcement. When someone says, there's a guy on that roof over there with a gun, that should have drew some freaking immediate attention from the local cops automatically.
Immediate attention.
You know what I'm saying? So what is your standpoint on that, Steve?
Let me jump in real quick. I don't even have to have a opinion about it. They interviewed the commissioner of the what is it? I can't remember the city name in Pennsylvania, but he specifically said the only duty they gave us was traffic duty and some other small duties. He said when my officers saw that man on the roof, they all came across the tactical radio channel that we were given. So they came across with the information and nothing was done. So
they had.
So the local police dropped the ball.
Well, here's the thing. And
No.
here's my problem. Everybody is pointing a finger at everybody. Secret Service is pointing a finger at local police. Local police is saying, oh, no. That wasn't our assignment.
Yeah, Steve. But you know, Secret Service, when they come in,
They take over everything.
It's theirs. That shit's theirs. That whole county.
They have that jurisdictional power.
Yeah, so they can't point the finger at nobody. So those, I don't want to call them losers, but I'm going to say it on the show. Those fucking losers.
Who are we talking about? This losers?
Secret Service.
Okay,
I said what I said. No, I said what I said.
I just want to say
because
for the sake of the show
because watch this. I said what I fucking said. I'll say it again. Steve, real shit. When they was picking, don't push me out the frame. I said what I said. You're losers. When they was picking Trump up, motherfucker was like, "Let me get my shoe." If we talk about protective services, we would have had our hand on his neck, head down, getting him off that fucking stage. He would have never did no goddamn fist pumps if me and you was protecting him. Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, let me just stop you because it's the second time I've heard that. But what I will tell you, working with certain protectees, like the president, they do not have to listen to you, although they should. So,
although they should,
our duty.
If our hands is on the back of his goddamn neck, telling him to keep your head down and let's get the fuck out of here.
I don't agree that they did a. I don't agree that they did a bad job. That they did a bad job. Not pushing him.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Say it again. We can hear you.
Yeah. I said I don't agree that they did a bad job not pushing him out, but it's like, you know, with Trump. A lot of times when you're working with the Secret Service, they know your personality, their characteristics, so they know how you're going to act and react. And I kind of feel like they knew that that's what he wanted to do.
Right. Yes.
They saw that he was fine, and they said shooter was down. They knew that he wanted to, you know, like tell his people, "I'm good, I'm okay." Now, was that a good idea? Absolutely not.
No.
This guy was supposed to be taken to that car, like you said, head down, hand on his belt, and his feet off the ground, down them goddamn steps into that car. It was one of the slowest moments I've ever seen after a president has been shot for Secret Service. Because if you go back to Reagan, I think it was Reagan, when he got shot at the limo. If you see how fast they got that man in that limo and out of Dodge to that hospital, there was no time in between. There was no wait.
No time. And that's how it should be. Period. Because I'm telling you, like, when we handling somebody, like, yo, I understand your power and I understand, but you hired me to do a job. I'm going to do my job at the end of the day. Trump head should have been down. Fuck that shoe. Let me get my shoe. Fuck that shoe. We'll get the shoe later. Somebody else will get that shoe. Get him in the car. Get him out of here. Because we don't know if there's a second shooter. We know that the first shooter is down, but we don't know if there is a second shooter. So get him out of here. Fist pumping, man. Fuck that. Your people know you alive. Get in the car. Let's go. You can talk to him later.
I'm going to tell you now. I want to interject here for a second. I thought it was just. I thought that was just badass when he fist pumped and kept saying fight, 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 fight. I just thought that was badass. Now,
was badass. Unless
there
was another sniper over here put a bullet in his head.
Right, I understand.
Then it's not badass.
It's not badass. It's
Get
dumbass.
your ass down.
Right.
Get the fuck out of there.
I know, but I thought that not speaking for Trump, but the character of Trump was he wanted everybody to know he was all right, and he wanted everybody to know that even though this happened, fight, fight, fight. So
let me step in on something else.
So that's what I really liked about that situation. Steve, I would love to get your commentary on Armed and Dangerous in America, and I would love to get your commentary on the realities of police powers. Of Brandon Malcolm said, "I needed this. Thank you, Brandon."
Yes.
Yeah.
Malcolm,
you know,
yes.
you Malcolm. You know, you the man.
You've seen us in action all the time, Malcolm. You know we got you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Steve, what I would like to get from you is, what did you say?
Before we get into that, thanks for scanning the QR code. It helps our channel grow.
Yes, thank you for scanning the QR code. It helps our channel grow. Please buy some merchandise on there, all that other good stuff. Steve, now getting back to you, I would like to get your commentary on Armed and Dangerous, the realities of policing and the powers. You've been a police officer for so long. looking at the Rayshard Brooks situation and things like that, what is your take? I would like to know, what is your take on that?
So Rayshard Brooks, I was one of the first to come out and talk about it, and people hated my commentary on it because they wanted to believe that this poor black man got shot down in cold blood, and that was that. But the reality was, this poor black man made poor black decisions. I mean,
Decisions, yes.
let's just be honest. He made a very bad decision to take on the officer's non-lethal weapon, which we know for the guys who have been hit by this thing and withstood just seconds of something that can be life-changing, that we understand that this thing can stop us from doing anything in that moment, which gives you the opportunity to do something. We don't know what that something may be, and unfortunately, he found out the hard way that you can't just turn around, point a taser at somebody, and shoot at them. And a lot of people say, well, how did he know? First of all, when you hear it, just like you saw that Trump rally and you heard those pat, 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 you knew it was something. You may not have known it was gunshots, but that pop sounds like something. And so when that officer heard that pop from that taser and he saw the smoke and the light come from that taser, he knew it was go time. He doesn't have the opportunity to sit there and say, oh my God, did he hit me? Oh my God, did he shoot at me? No, he saw the thing pointed at him. He heard the pop, which he knows what it sounds like. And that was that. It was business time. Now, I will say, and it's the only thing I'll say bad for the officer, is that the officer could have treated the scenario a little bit better in the beginning. But he still did nothing illegal. He just had bad policing practices, I would say. But
I
that
agree,
was
Steve. Because I said, like, hey, there's two officers there. There was no reason why he should have got the upper hand on either one of them.
No, I
And
disagree with that.
No, I said that. No, and I
disagree with that.
No, I stand on that. I stand on that because if there's two officers there, we have a.
Does that mean that shit can't happen bad because there's two officers
but
there?
Shit did happen bad.
Right.
But there's two of us against one person.
And that one person could whoop both of our asses.
Clearly. But if it was two of us there, me and you, we've been in this same situation.
And I've had to save your ass.
He was my
before.
sergeant, and we had the same situation.
And I had to save your ass.
No, you did. We ended up taking that motherfucker to jail.
The guy with the gun?
Yes.
Yes, and you had no idea he had a gun.
Motherfucker, I'm the one that found the gun.
Right. After I leg sweep the guy and got him in cuffs.
So is this not the same shit?
No, it's totally
different.
different.
The same shit.
No, it's
You
totally
can argue
different.
with me all you want to.
Desiree said
he
didn't even say
Hold
out.
on, wait. Steve got something to say.
Okay, hold on, Steve. Hold on. Go ahead.
No, I said Desiree said he didn't even say ouch. She said the police officer didn't say out, so she calls BS.
Yes, she did. Because Desiree has not felt that taser.
Right.
That taser was a bitch.
Yeah, that taser.
You put that taser on somebody. Listen, they cannot move.
Listen, we black officers, and we saying this shit. I'm telling you now, that taser gets on your ass, you screwed. You're gonna be incapacitated for 5 seconds.
You are done.
And if it's like me, if these muscles tighten up, they ain't coming up tight for at least 5, 10, 15 minutes.
Because them fat cells.
But the way my fat cells is set up,
Them
I'm
fat cells.
screwed.
It's like, hey, muscles, we can't help you.
So
we going over here.
So Steve, I want you to talk a little bit about the use of deadly force. And you've been watching the show, and you've heard ability, opportunity, and jeopardy. And I want you to give us a little bit of commentary from your years of experience as a law enforcement officer. Are we spot on? Is there something that you'd like to add to the conversation, or are we way off base?
No, you guys had it. I mean, you explained it, man. I would just break it down a little bit more layman terms really, really quickly, right? So ability, opportunity, and jeopardy is just something that is a thing that is used to state that I had these things, so I know that my shoot or my self-defense was good, right? So the ability, they talked about ability. Ability means having the ability to actually harm you, right? A lot of people only see that as guns, knife, and this and other. Person having ability to harm you is not standing outside the car with the keys in their hand, yet being in the car with the car on, with the car ready to move, right? That's the ability to harm you. Opportunity.
Yes.
Do they have the opportunity to harm you? Are you nowhere to be able to move out the way of that car? Can they put that car in drive and it hurt you before you can move out the way? Can they pull that gun up before you can move and not be shot? Or do we have to know that the gun has bullets in it? Opportunity just means that person has the opportunity to harm you with the thing that they had the ability to harm you with. So, person with a gun in their hand, we know that now they have the opportunity as long as they raise that gun up. Person with a knife, they talked about the 20-foot rule, 21-foot rule, right? A person with a knife being able to come at you within 21 feet for you to have a reaction time to have self-defense. We're not talking about just laying one bullet into a person and think that that's going to be the end to it. No, within 21 feet, it takes a person about 2 to 3 seconds to get up on you. That is not most people, when I train people in firearms training, is to be able to draw from the holster and put a accurate shot on target within 1.5 seconds. If you can't do that, you're not going to stop somebody with a knife coming at you within 21 feet. It's just not going to happen. And even if you do, unfortunately, humans these days are like, I'm waiting on y'all. Yeah, so humans these days, with the bodies and things that they got going on these days, don't even stop after you shot them 5 times in the upper thoracic cavity, which is up here in the good part. So understanding all these things and understanding, self-defense in a mental state is to understand that not only do I have to have the law behind me, but I also have to understand that even if I do have the law behind me, it's still going to be a hard track regardless. Like, we're talking about something that is seemingly, number one, impossible to do anyway, because humans can't just do what people think that we can do. We can't just pull out a gun and shoot somebody, even if it's in self-defense, because it's a mental block there. That's right. Number one. And number two, can you live with it? Is the second part to that. So all these things you got to think about when you're talking about self-defense and talking about even with officers. That's why you've seen like videos of officers put their guns down, or video of officers start crying when they shoot people, because it's not just a normal human thing to do. So all these things have to come into play when you're thinking and talking about self-defense and what was it? Because it's blocked on mine and I can't see the name, the title. Oh, Armed and Dangerous. Yeah. So I mean, just think about those things, and again, like I said, the reality of a police power and police shooting and civilian power to actually shoot somebody. These things all have to be taken into one big thought process before you actually pull that gun out and do something to somebody. And then, of course, jeopardy, which was the last one. Did they put your life in jeopardy? Did what they were doing cause you to believe that if they committed the act, if they used the opportunity to commit the act, was I going to be jeopardized for my life, my safety, or a third party's life and safety? And if that answer is yes, you'll probably be 100% good in court. If that answer is no, you're probably going to have some problems.
Well, I'll tell you this here. Even if the answer is yes, you should be good. You're not always good, because the segment before this one we had was called "What Happens When Politics Goes into Policing." And we've seen the Ray Sharp Brooks thing, and the officer still went to jail, and he did everything right. He had ability, opportunity, jeopardy. He was, everything. I mean, the only thing he didn't do to this guy is reach around and give him a hand job.
Give him a hug. So
right, give him a hug and a kiss.
We love you.
He did everything right, and he still ended up going to jail. But that's what happens when politics and policing gets involved. So I want to go ahead, Steve, you will stay with us just for another few seconds. Yeah. I want to go ahead and go to the next slide a second, because I really want to get Steve's commentary on this one here. Okay, situational awareness, Steve. Recognizing threat levels, assessing situations, factors influencing use of forces, and decisions and importance of de-escalation. Talk to me about your years of service and your commentary on these here.
Yes, I don't know if you gave him like a full spectrum of me. I didn't hear you say it, but I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been public safety 25 years. And, when it comes to situational awareness, it's like one of the biggest things I specialize in. And that's something I've been teaching my kids since they were like 3 and 4, where they could really understand about, threats and recognizing things and situational awareness, hard corners, those things. So if we go down this line here, recognizing threat levels, how do I assess situations? Well, it all depends on your environment. A lot of times, somebody who, let's use Atlanta for example. People that live in Atlanta may have a different scenario than people who live in Fayetteville, or people who live in Sandy Springs or way north somewhere, right? So, or like this big timer up here lives somewhere on the moon somewhere, right? So way away from crime, right? So our assessing situations are going to be slightly different, but it should never change based on scenarios. But you should understand that a lot of times criminals think in two different ways, right? So they come to Atlanta because they say easy target, right? But in the same token, they can go up to somewhere like a Marietta or Sandy Springs and say, well, these guys are actually a lot easier because they're not paying as much attention to me as somebody in Atlanta. Whereas most of the crime is happening in Atlanta because the lack of police response and the lack of just police in general knowing or being able to respond because they don't have the resources. Whereas somebody in Sandy Springs may have police that can get called and be there in 2 minutes for backup. But you don't want to just use that when we're thinking about using our, situational awareness to assess things and to have these things play into how we respond or how we do things. So things you should be thinking about in your situational awareness. One of the most important, I always talk about this, is hard corners. People hide behind like corners that you can't see when you're just walking up on them, right? So we always using, but I thought you were gonna say something. Yeah, but always use simple things like just looking left to right, just like crossing the street. Just use simple things. A lot of people want to make this difficult and hard about how I can defend myself or how I can protect myself through situational awareness. Situational awareness is just paying more attention. That's it. And the more I pay attention, the harder a target I am. Women, always have your keys in your hand when you go into your car. Don't walk straight to your car unless you feel like you're being chased. And if you feel like you're being chased, you definitely shouldn't be walking straight to your car, right? Because you won't have enough time to get in the bad boy and crank it up and go by the time somebody is on you. So always assess your scenario, meaning look left and right. Make sure there's no weird, strange things standing around you. I don't care if it's another female. Females today are so grimy that they're helping the males by playing you to so the male.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's like the weirdest thing in the world. They're willing to go to jail. Willing to go to jail.
One of the things that when we're talking about go to the next slide, please. When we're talking about the de-escalation techniques in reducing the need for force, as far as a communication strategies and psychological approach and the practical scenarios and the roles of policing, I know it's something that is being raked over the coals a million times about what can we do as police officers to de-escalate situations, and what can we do, whether it is non-lethal situations, injecting non-lethal situations in to play or whatever. But what is your take on the use of, and once I get Steve on the line here, I love to use him because he is, everybody pays him big money to come on their shows, and we haven't paid you a dime. And he always gets these inquiries to go on the shows and stuff like that. And because we've been friends, almost 25 years, he's graced me to come on the show or whatever. And so I always use him, and I always get the most out of him. I drain him when I get him on a thing. So as far as because you're talking to a professional here. This is no freaking amateur here. All right, when you're talking about this, I've trained this guy up to speed, to fight. Okay, so this is one of my proteges here. All right.
Steve, okay,
so
big boy talk Steve shit.
When you're talking about de-escalation techniques, give me your viewpoints on that.
Well, de-escalation is one thing that I love because I actually teach this to senior citizen facilities. now. So they called me just for the de-escalation. And the reason why they do that is because when they get new clientele, they don't want it to become a threat to their communities if it's somebody that's bad. So one of the first things in de-escalation, like you talk about communication strategies, is how not to use trigger words. People respond through trigger words. And, you know, it's so unfortunate that people these days don't care about the things that come out of their mouth. And not only the things that come out of their mouth, but how it makes somebody feel. And so when it comes to de-escalation and this overall perspective of keeping you from getting your butt kicked, is learning how not to use these trigger words or say the wrong things to people, or learning how to say it in a different manner. So like we train people about, like when you're dealing with people with autism or people with mental issues, you can't say no. No is a bad word. And one thing I learned, like with my ex-wife, like her mom had Huntington's disease. You couldn't tell them no, because no is such a bad thing. You got to say, well, we just can't have that today, right? Or we can't do that right now. And it's the same thing with people that are mentally unstable. You need to learn how to talk to people and help them to understand that saying no could be bad for you, because, or not just no, but just other things that we can use as a walk around, so that we don't end up in a bad scenario, you know. And it comes down to that second one too, the psychological approaches. We're not doing it for us, right? Because I don't want to make myself feel better. I want to keep myself safe, right? So learning how to talk to somebody and learning how to respond to their, because here's the thing, like, let me cut myself off for a second. Most people don't know what autism looks like, right? So talking to a person with autism and wouldn't even know it until they had a reaction or response to you, right? I remember when I don't know, Triple, if you responded to this call, but we was in Jonesboro for the Clayton County Sheriff Department. We responded in front of a shoe store where this big old dude with autism was going crazy on officers. Well, but it so happened that they started with him first, got some type of reaction, and mom didn't say anything until they were getting ready to tase this boy. And she screamed out, "He's autistic, don't tase him." Like, well, why didn't you tell us that before, or tell them? Because I was late to the scene. But it's like, why didn't you tell them that before? Because they couldn't recognize it. And sometimes you can't. But sometimes that's like the whole thing of not going in on people and learning how to communicate properly, so you can de-escalate situations and not end up in a situation where he was like a 5-year-old. He didn't know what he did wrong, and he's ready to ride the lightning. Like, we don't want this guy riding the lightning, and he don't even know what he did wrong. So, you know, it's and going to that last one, practical scenarios and role playing. I think police officers and civilians too, that's on this show right now, should pay attention to learning how, and just thinking about what I'm saying, and let me try to say it in a different way. So your brain can think that, these are the words about to come out of my mouth. Let me see if I change this up, what'll happen. How much of and this goes great in relationships. You know, the escalation is great in relationships, because it's like,
hell yeah, on every platform, you're exactly right.
Yeah, because I tell her why she looks fat, right? She's gonna respond to that. And instead of me just saying, well, I don't like the way that dress looks on you. That dress changed a whole fight for the night, for the rest of the week, right? I don't have to fight for the rest of the week because I didn't call you fat. I just said, that doesn't look, I don't like that on you, right? Even though I want to say, you can't never wear nothing like that, right?
You look fat.
You look fat. Daryl, you look fat.
Shut up.
Okay. You look fat, son.
Okay, so let me say this here. Go to the next slide real quick. We're gonna just touch a little bit on this slide here. It's use of force, lethal force, and the tools and tactics, and the types of less lethal force. We talked about this: the taser, ascertain, pepper spray, and the proper use and the handling of force, and case studies, and the outcome of it. Go to the next slide here real quick. And learn how to use of force. The legal and ethical, which Steve talked about, the mental capacity of how it affects officers, because nobody's waking up in the morning and just saying, I think I just want to go out here and shoot
I'm
someone
going
today.
to shoot somebody today.
Right.
You know, I put my best
No
on.
one says that.
I'm just kind of
So the legal and ethical considerations and the real life incidents and the analysts and the psychological impact on officers in the community that happens to. So that's very important also to keep in consideration also, people. So believe me when I tell you, we're taking time for a reason to address these issues, because I don't want to see another one of you have to endure what that officer in the Rayshard Brooks situation endured, and he did everything legally justified. Whether you're Republican, whether you're Democrat, doesn't matter.
What he did was right. He was justified, but he was also victimized, and that's not right.
Right.
That's not right.
And another thing I want Steve to touch on very briefly here is that this is another thing that he teaches: reporting and accountability, the documentation and review, the reporting requirements, and the internal and external review process, accountability and transparency. And go to the next slide, please. Let's see here. And yeah, that one there. Reporting, accountability, documentation, and review, reporting requirements, internal and external review process, and accountability when you're involved in a use of force situation and how that affects. So, Steve, I would like to get your input on that.
Are we talking as if we're talking to police officers or talking to a civilian?
Well,
Okay.
give us a quick of both.
So let's start with on civilian side. What I want you to know is that all police officers get a 24-hour hold before they're required to make a statement on any type of life-changing incident. When I say life-changing, meaning you've killed somebody or shot somebody or something serious happened, you get 24 hours. Why? Because sometimes your brain can't remember everything that happened within that short period. So as civilians, I want you to understand, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Say, I'm going to obtain a lawyer, right? Or if you say anything, it's only to keep yourself out of jail for the night. He pulled a gun on me. I had to return fire to defend myself. That's all I can say right now. That's all I can say right now. And if you need to, there's video cameras everywhere in the world right now. Please go review the video camera so you can see that my story lines up until I'm able to talk to an attorney, right? Never make statements before a 24-hour period, because your brain needs time to remember things. You're going to say things that you wish you had not can't even talk, have said, and they're going to love you for it because they're going to use it against you. Do not do that. Ensure that whatever you say, whatever statements you make, come 24 hours after, right? And here's the thing. Remember everything. Try to remember everything. Write notes as it comes back to you over that 24-hour period, that day later, 2 days later, 3 days later. This is for both police and security and for civilian, right? Write notes as the thoughts come back to you so you can put together a whole story that makes sense. And see if it jogs your memory once everything has come back to light. Now, they say internal, external review processes. That could be a lot of different things for a lot of different departments. Because I've seen some departments not be as what's the word I'm looking for? As effective as other departments, meaning that their investigation was so short and to the point that it was kind of questionable. And then I've seen some. You said what now?
Missed some shit.
They missed some stuff, right? And I've seen other departments that, I mean, will literally come back 2 weeks later and ask you the same 50 questions all over again. And they won't close that case or close that scenario until they've gotten a complete story from every side, right? And I'm talking about pictures, statements, thoughts on it, everything, right? And that just varies on the places that you go. So when we talk about accountability and transparency, again, as a civilian, make sure that you are making sure they have the same accountability that they're going to hold you to. Why? Because I don't want them to say I did something that I didn't do, because guess what? It matters in court, because this person that died may have a great person that comes in as a lawyer and gets with that prosecution team and tries to tear you apart for something that they started or they did. Look at the Rayshard Brooks scenario, right? They are hammering this dude after what he learned and what he felt from that taser. He knows that it was an incapacitating device, but you are hammering me like I just randomly shot some guy for absolutely no reason, right?
Yeah,
Right.
of course. Yeah. No.
So, in conclusion, go to the next slide, please. In conclusion, the summary and the key takeaway points from this is, like I said, we have a trailblazer with us, Steve Turner, and I'll let him give you his Instagram handle and all this other stuff. Steve, if someone wants to get a hold of you, I'm gonna give you a chance to give them your information or whatever. But in summary and conclusions, if you have any questions, type them in the comment section here. We're happy to answer them. Recap of the training. Remember, if you're involved in any type of use of force situation, ability, opportunity, and jeopardy, we broke down in detail. We broke down in detail, people. You can't get no better than what we just did. We just gave you a law enforcement class of what the cops are going to ask you, what they're going to be looking for. If the prosecuting attorney is looking to prosecute you, this is what they've got to be able to prove. We just gave it to you. We just gave it to you. So if you go out here and you do something different other than what we just said, that's on you.
That is on you.
All right.
Steve told you, listen, take 24 hours. Steve, if my line of lying, take 24 hours to think about what you saw. Get all of that shit because it does change.
The importance of continual learning for officer is always a pivotal point, and that's why we have it's like 24 hours a year that we have to do for training, stuff like that. You as civilians don't have that, but still, we just gave it to you folks. Open and shut case right there. Yes, even on the Rayshard Brooks case, he got arrested. They put the man in jail, but he was able to beat those charges. He was able to get his job back. He was able to be vindicated and made whole for it. So if you follow the law, it will always protect you on this here. In closing, what I would like to do, because we're now running up on 1 hour and 52 minutes, this was a good segment. And I don't mind it running over like this because this is so important. When we're talking about the use of deadly force and taking someone's life, it's so important that we bring on the professionals. It is so important, use of force in the home with wife and husband or children. Is it such a thing? Yes. If ability, opportunity, and jeopardy is there.
But wait, absolutely. But let's see. So Steve. So Malcolm had a question, and the question was use of force in the home with wife or husband or children. Is it such a thing? Steve, give us what your thoughts.
Give us a 5-second thought on that.
So I'll just use the law, right? 16.323 defensive habitation, right? So what it says is that I can terminate such others unlawful entry into and based on their tumultuous manner, right? If I have all them people in the house, I have cars in the driveway, and you bust into my home, I can think nothing other than you are there to harm me, right? And like Daryl them said, just don't get involved in where this guy starts to run out the front door and you start popping shots at him, right? I go back to that whole thing where some police departments thoroughly investigating, some don't. I've seen some police departments when people have shot at a person running out their door do absolutely nothing. Then I've seen police departments arrest the homeowner for shooting at a person running out the front door. So always be careful, follow the law, because that's the only thing that's going to save you. And know that if you have those people in the home, you are more susceptible to say, I thought that they were there to harm us. Why? Because they knew we were home because our cars were in the driveway. So sometimes.
And why else would you kick in my door? Yes. You kicked in my door to harm me. Listen, Steve, listen. I am so glad you came on. Listen, Steve is a fucking gem. Like, wealth of knowledge. This is not the last time he's going to be on this show. But ladies and gentlemen, merch is at the bottom. we got to keep this show going. Like, there's so much wisdom, there's so much experience out here that, like, we want to teach you. This is a form of community policing. Steve, correct me if I'm wrong. The last 10 years, community policing has been a thing because we have to inform you guys. Like, what we do on our end is what we do, but for us to be able to talk to the community, teach you guys what we know, why we do what we do, that is a big thing. So this is like community policing. And if Gypstick is watching, like, we should get automatic community policing.
We should get credit
every year.
We should get credit
Yes.
right now
Yes.
for this.
Community
This
policing.
is something right
This
here.
is, as a matter of fact, call us in the teacher class. Community policing, Daryl Triplett,
I gotta
Jeff,
do it.
and Steve.
Hey,
Community
hold
policing,
on, hold
yes.
on. We got to do it with our woofer.
Yeah, well, they probably gonna say hell no to that because
So,
woofer and a stick,
right.
and then
We're
we're gonna
good to
come
go.
and we'll teach community
Steve,
policing.
what I want to do, I want to give you the opportunity. If people want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold
So
of you?
How you
Instagram
doing,
is
Steve?
option_sniper. That's pretty much the only way that we can kind of communicate back and forth is through Instagram. It is a private page, so if you click follow, then I'll know where it came from. Yeah, so option
Yes. Also, Steve, if you don't mind me saying, like, you fellas out there with no felonies, no bullshit on your record, like, Steve has multiple jobs, security jobs for folks who are in the security industry. If you're in the security industry, hit Steve up to get those jobs.
That's correct.
Steve, am I correct?
I said that's
Steve,
correct.
say again.
That's correct. Hit Steve up on that Instagram. Hit him up. No felonies, no bullshit, no DUIs, none of that whole shit. You can work with Steve.
Yeah. So, Steve, I want to say thank you again for coming on. I know you're very busy, and I really appreciate you coming on and supporting the show or whatever. But I want to say thank you very much for coming on, and we look to have you. We look to have you on again. Thank you so
No
much, brother. I
problem. I'm glad we
appreciate it.
fixed the
Absolutely.
technical difficulties that I just found out that you can't do it through mobile. You have to do it on a laptop. So I got it now.
Oh, okay. All right. So you
Yes.
can't do
I
it
couldn't
through
log
mobile?
on through mobile. I had to do it through a laptop.
All right, so y'all heard Steve. If you got your mobile,
Well, for me,
sometimes it's a little fidgety on mobile, but if you got your laptop, log in. We're here. Wealth of knowledge. The people we bring on here, I'm telling y'all, they're experts. Like, that's what we're doing. We want to inform y'all. We love y'all. And let's keep it going. Episode 5 next week. Be prepared.
Steve, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go ahead and Steve, if you ever want to come back, and we'll definitely have you back again. Thank you so much, brother, for it. You got a wealth of experience here with Steve Turner. Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, buddy. All right. Bye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this
Ladies and gentlemen,
another end
this
of
is
the
the
Ask
remix.
a Cop show, where you got a chance to ask a cop anything. You had a chance to call in. You had a chance to jump on the chat. You had a chance to learn one of the most crucial things that we do as cops is the use of deadly force in high stress situations. We explained it. We broke it down to you from Georgia law right there, people. So there is no excuse for you guys to go out here and to make those stupid mistakes and the stereotypes that we have as regular citizens, thinking that we could do something when we really can't.
You really can't.
There's no excuse for you to be cornered by cops and then you be scared to talk to them or not talk to them. Respectfully, sir, I'd like to wait on my attorney. Here's what happened. He pulled a gun, I fired, blah, blah, blah. He kicked in my door. I was scared to death. I thought he was going to kill us. I fired, blah, 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 blah. Those quick statements there can be life-changing, people.
Yes.
All right. It could be life-changing. And you not knowing what to say or do is, I can't believe this. At the end of the show, we got a call. Hold on a second.
We got a It's
Ask a Cop. You're on with Daryl and Jeff. Go right ahead. You're on with Daryl and Jeff. Go right ahead, sir. Cut your radio down. Hello? Hi. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is Daryl and Jeff. Thank you so much. Oh, this is my mom. Mom, I didn't even recognize you.
Mama, you gotta speak up. We gotta go. We got 2 seconds, Mama. We love you.
Yeah, thank you, Mom, for calling in. You listened to the whole show? You learned something?
That wasn't the message, Mama.
What'd she say?
She said she learned how to kill people.
Mom, Mom, we don't want you to learn how to kill people. We want you to learn how to defend yourself, is what it is. That's the wrong thing to tell the police if someone breaks in your house. Yeah, I
My
killed
son taught me.
My son taught me how to kill someone.
Wait, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to defend.
Yes. So, Mama, we love you. We love you.
All right, so I love you too. All right, bye-bye. All right,
Guys,
ladies and
this is
gentlemen.
it.
Hey, I want to thank once again.
Till next week.
One more thing. I want to thank again the sponsors to our show, Tom and Pools, because without this, it would not be possible.
It would not be possible. But you're another sponsor, and we do have to fix it because they came through tonight when we were talking. G11 Security.
Yes.
G11 came through tonight on this show. Amazing sponsor. We love y'all. Not only, listen, do we love y'all? All the police watching, G11, we have contracts around the world, they said. So let's talk about it. Let's be about it. They said they'll send their shit next week.
Yes.
We'll have them on here. But for tonight, Tallman Pools, 770-478-2257, TallmanPools.com.
What is this? At
Reach
the
out to 'em.
end of the show, everybody wants to call. What is this
Yeah,
here?
but we
Hold
can't.
on 1 second. Hold on. We got to take every call.
We gotta take
Daryl and Jeff, Ask a Cop. May I help you? Oh, okay.
Mom said I had to correct this shit.
I got you, Mom. We know you don't want to kill nobody. Oh, that's right. Yes, absolutely. Okay. All right. All right. I love you. Bye-bye.
Next
Okay.
Thursday, 8 p.m., we're back here with another hot topic. If there's any topic you guys want to talk about, put it in the comments, email us, put it on the website. We'll talk about it next week. I'm Jeff.
I'm Daryl. And we are out.
We're going. Love
Thank
y'all.
you
See y'all
so
next
much.
week.
Peace.